3, 2, 1.
So I've been putting these videos out as sort of an introductory thing, and I'm going to start with my cool rock and roll tales starting in the next video. But I wanted to let you know how I got the name Reverend Derek Moody. First of all, I am currently, and have been for a decade or so, been with KSKQ Radio. Power to the people, man. It's a community radio here in Southern Oregon, USA. And you can give donations to our station at kskq.org because we are community-based and we would love to stay on the air. One of the last vestiges of free speech in America, my friends. We keep old school radio show alive, rock and roll radio. So, how did I get the name Reverend Derek Moody? I'm in radio. My general manager says, "You're not using the name Bloody F Mess on the radio." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "I don't like you." But he liked me, just not the guy that was always in the newspaper every weekend getting busted for stuff, you know, and crazy stunts. So he says, "You can't use your legal name either because of potential stalkers." I'm like, wow, what do I do? So I thought, how can I come up with a cool name that is semi-realistic sounding and not cheesy like some DJs I'd heard? So I thought of one of the bands I'd always loved, and that was the Bay City Rollers, a great pop band out of Scotland that I had been a fan of all my life from 75 on. And I thought, Derek Longmire, I'll use the name Derek. And so I used Derek out of the blue, you know, thinking, hey. And then, of course, I found out that a couple of years previous, he had gotten busted for some pretty heavy stuff over in Scotland, which you can Google, of course, and find out info. But he ended up on the UK sex registry kind of deal. And I thought, if I had known that, I probably would have named myself after somebody else, which is a bummer because as a kid, I always looked up to that guy and stuff. So I digress. I'm a big Elvis Presley fan. Elvis rules, right? And Moody Blue comes out, his last album. So I took the first part of Moody Blue and added it to Derek. Derek Moody became my radio name. A little while later, as I was on the radio show, The Church of Rock, again, The Church of Rock on KSKQ, a little while later, I started calling myself the Reverend of Rock. I don't know how it started, but I did. And The Church of Rock, I became the Reverend Moody. Our listeners became the congregation, and it became this whole kind of real fun spin-off of church-like analogies. But it was fun, and we are currently broadcasting Sunday nights on KSKQ Radio, 89.5 FM Ashland, 94.1 FM Medford, Oregon, and you can listen on live streaming from anywhere in the world at kskq.org. My friends, thank you so much for checking out my videos, and my next one will be popping up in a few days, and when I do, it'll be a true story. There's so many that I have, and I really want to say thank you for those of you that are subscribing. Please like this video and leave a comment if you would. And again, there's another story of how I got into radio that's pretty compelling, and I'll tell you down the road of how I became legally ordained, and I have literally officiated over 36 weddings. But that's the story for the next time, my friends. In the meantime, I guess keep rocking, and my new album is out, Dark Days Unfazed. If you're interested, drop me a line at dmoody41@hotmail. You can find my email in the description down below in this video. Again, Dark Days Unfazed, my 10th album, produced by Paul Roessler. Thanks, everybody, and cheers.